John 1:20. Kai homologeson, kai uk ernesata, kai homologeson, hati, ego uk eimi, ha Christos. Translation. Here John the Baptist speaking in response to the question from the priest and Levites, who are you? We read, and he confessed, and did not deny, and confessed, and this hati functions essentially like a quotation mark, doesn't it? Open quotation mark. I am not the Christ, right? John clearly saying that he is not the Messiah here. Let's look at these forms here. Homologeson. A little hard to say with all those O vowels close together. Homologeson. What is that? Well, when you see the word beginning with an omega, you think it originally probably began with an omicron, and you start to write that out. Oh yeah, this is from homologeo, to confess, right? You can see we have a sigma here. We have a lengthened initial vowel. That's a third-person singular ending. This is just an aorist active indicative, third-person singular. He confessed. Then we have this verb right here, ernesata. Again, when you see a word that begins with an eta, probably originally it began with an alpha or epsilon. And you begin to write out here, and maybe you recognize, oh yeah, this is from arneomai, to deny. And this is a middle-only verb, because the lexical form ends in omai. Verbs of communication frequently prefer the middle voice. So we're not surprised that this verb of denying, right? One person denies something to another. It's a verb of reciprocity and a verb of communication. Both verbs of reciprocity and verbs of communication, and communication is a subset of reciprocity, those frequently prefer the middle voice. So we see there the sigma alpha. We see the lengthened initial vowel. This is going to be aorist, and this is a middle-only verb, so it continues to follow middle endings. It's an aorist middle indicative, and that's a third-person singular ending because the subject here is John. He confessed. He did not deny. He confessed. And I want you to note in Greek, when you have the verb eimi, it's very common to have the explicit subject with it. That's a very strong stylistic pattern in Greek. So we're not surprised at all to have the ego there. Of course, it'd be translated the same way if it were not there. I am not the Christ. But it's a very strong stylistic pattern in Greek when you have a form of eimi to have an explicit pronoun subject with it.